Okay, hello, people. Hello, this is another podcast by Frosty Podcast. I decided to try and change up the audio a little bit, see if that'll help. So today in Rundown Tuesday, yes, I'm a little bit late, but I decided to just call it Rundown in general because, of course, I thought I might be late, and I decided to just wait till Tuesday since, of course, the Monday night game really didn't have any meaning. I mean, the Bills smacked the Patriots, I guess. I mean, there was no real other um real result, I guess you could say from that. So pretty much that was it. But I do want to go over this weekend's matchups. Definitely go over a couple of key games. This will be one of actually three podcast episodes I released today. But other than that, let's get started with the Thursday night game: the Saints versus the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know what to say because yes, the Vikings got eliminated from playoffs. Yes, the Saints smacked that team, even though for a good chunk of the game it looked really close between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. My only worry is that this team is going to get carried by Alvin Kamara, which, I mean, the dude put on 6 touchdowns in one game. That's incredible. Um, but it does make me concerned about, is this offense a fraud? Because the biggest thing about this year has been, is this team a pretender or a contender? And a lot of people jumped on the Saints bandwagon of calling them a pretender because, well, I don't know. I can't trust this team. And to be honest, you have to realize the Saints have only beaten one over 500 team this year, and that team is the Buccaneers. So it's kind of just like what people would say about Eli Manning in general. He's not that good. I mean, he hasn't beaten that many great teams, but he beat Tom Brady in 2 Super Bowls, so therefore he should be considered go to the Hall of Fame because he beat Tom Brady, even though the rest of his team didn't get the credit that honestly they deserve. So the Saints win, and of course the Packers win. So officially the only team that can take out the Packers for the 1 seed is the Seattle Seahawks, who they get to go and they get to play the 49ers. Yeah, that football team. And of course, that's pretty much like I said with the the NFC. Pretty much NFC East. Washington has to win this week because if Washington doesn't win, then Dallas will be the divisional winner, and they don't deserve it. However, the New York Giants are still in the running for the divisional winner. So all they have to do is beat the Cowboys, and due to its a rival game, I could definitely see an upset here. Washington, of course, after releasing Dwayne Haskins, is going to be, I don't even know who they're starting at quarterback because of course Alex Smith is injured. I really hope he comes back because please, please, I would love to see Alex Smith win with the football team. This would make 2020 a whole lot better. Speaking of 2020, the Jets beat the Browns. Well, let me be honest with you. No one's going to be laughing at the Browns because honestly, the Jets. Oh my gosh. Okay, the Browns lost, of course, quite a few players due to COVID this week. Um, the Jets, the Jets. Oh my dear Lanta, the Jets. Why did you win? Why did you win? We had this talk about a week ago. Don't win. You need Trevor Lawrence. And do you know what's going to happen? What happened this week? You lost the number 1 pick. You lost it. You can't get it because you won 2 games and Jacksonville lost. And the tiebreaker goes to Jacksonville. So Jacksonville has clinched the number 1 seed. And you know what? Thank goodness. Trevor Lawrence is at least going to go to a team that at least cares about him. There are good looking rookies on that team. And of course, we'll talk about Gardner Minshew. who honestly might be good elsewhere. So there's just so much about the Jets that it's like I get you can trade the number two overall pick, get another quarterback, get some other players like I don't know a receiver since you let Robinson walk. But this team aggravates me because do you know how much the Patriots would love a second overall pick right now? We would die for it. Of course, I think we're gonna get maybe a top 20 pick. We're not even gonna get a huge pick. We're gonna get like a top 20. We're not even gonna. It infuriates me that the Jets squandered this opportunity. And you know what? The Patriots could lose to them next week, but that doesn't help them. They're saying, oh, New England, you want better draft stock? Here, we don't need it. And again, if the Patriots win next week, it doesn't matter. We'll be stuck in the same place. If we lose, I think we'll get better draft. So it just doesn't make sense the why the Jets are screwing this up. But that's why I'm not gonna go off on the Browns. Like the Browns definitely had legit reason why they couldn't win, and they put up a good fight too. So I get that when you have a practice squad O line, practice squad receivers, Austin Hooper and Nick Chubb finally got going, which I think is probably the only reason why the freaking Browns actually came back last year. I'm not going to say Baker because Baker's been pretty good, honestly, still. So I have nothing against that. I think they did the best they could. Um, I just think this wasn't a trap game. It's just an unfortunate game. We had one. Its name was the Kansas City Chiefs. But yeah. So of course you had quite a few games this week. Most of them were killing off playoff hopes, like the Miami Dolphins taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. This is the second year in a row where you guys had playoff hopes and you let them slip away. You had longer playoff hopes than the Patriots, which I'm even shocked about. Um, but this leads to one team will not be making the postseason, of course, due to the Browns' loss, the Colts' loss, and Pittsburgh finally winning a game and then doing a TikTok. And now you got to go face Cleveland. And I'm pretty sure Cleveland will be fine next week because they're going to beat the crap out of you. And you don't really have anything to play for. Like, seriously, I hope Pittsburgh just doesn't. Like, if they do. Because, again, they're going to get infuriated. I honestly think that Cleveland can win. Of course, again, if the game was in Pittsburgh, I'd be like, well, give up. You're not winning Pittsburgh. But it's in Cleveland, so I say Browns got a good shot. Yeah, there's like I said, there's not really a lot going on, especially with the NFC. The NFC East got the Eagles eliminated. That's the only team in that division that's been eliminated because they dropped two straight, and the Cowboys beat them. But yeah, other than that, pretty much nothing else. So I think I'm gonna end the rundown here. It's gonna be a pretty much more shorter episode. The other two will probably be 15-minute long episodes of the podcast. So stay safe, stay healthy, have a happy new year, and don't forget to stay frosty. Have a good one.